With news out of Utah that Democrats will likely pick up one congressional seat there after a judge threw out the map behind me, let's do a quick state by state recap of where we are with redistricting for the 2026 midterms. I will start with states where redistricting is complete or near complete, then move on to more speculative ones. I also will keep a running tally up above so you can keep track. I thought we would start with Texas since they kicked off this whole redistricting nightmare across the United States. The GOP is aiming for 5 seats in Texas. At this point, I think they're only likely to pick up 2 to 3. I think the 2 Rio Grande Valley seats they are going for are safe, given that they have strong incumbents and Latinos have shifted back to the Democrats hard. So hard, in fact, I think they could even pick up that other seat. So that's why I am rating Texas as just 2 to 3 for the GOP. Sadly for Missouri, I think the Kansas City seat is a lost cause at this point, pending a voter referendum in the state. But with the Kansas City seat, we are now standing at 3 to 4 seats for the GOP. And then we have Ohio, where the GOP did a less extreme gerrymander than many expected. I think the only realistic pickup for them is in seat 9, up there around Toledo, where Marcy Kaptur is a very strong incumbent. So right now, I think she could hold on to her seat. So that means the range is now 3 to 5 seats. Then we have a similar story in North Carolina, where the GOP is aiming for 1 seat in District 1 behind me. We do have a strong incumbent there, Don Davis, who is running again, I believe. I think he could hold on, although it is a likely loss for the Democrats, so that would leave the range now at 3 to 6 seats for the GOP. Those are all the completed Republican states. So now I will move on to the Democratic states. And thanks to Prop 50 in California, Democrats are very likely to pick up 5 seats here. They also shored up many of their incumbents. So now we have the range of -2 seats for the Republicans to 1 seat for the Republicans. So I'm going to use negatives to signify Democratic pickups. And then we have Utah, and thanks to a voter referendum that passed before, Democrats are definitely going to pick up this SLC seat, which then moves the range to -3 to 0. So we've basically come full circle after going through all of the states where redistricting is basically complete. Indiana Republicans have waffled back and forth on whether they want to go forward, but if they did, they could pick up 2 seats, but they might only go for 1 seat, so now the range is -2 to +2. Governor Pritzker in Illinois has said if Indiana goes, he will go, and Dems will go for 1 seat in this state, which now brings us to the range of -3 to +1 for the GOP. Florida is a big outstanding mystery, but it's likely Republicans will go for 3 seats here, which means now we're at 0 to 4 seats. Then Virginia is likely to counter pending a referendum where they would also pick up 3 seats, so then now we're back to -3 to 1 seat. Then with Maryland, we were at -4 to 0. Of course, if the Supreme Court overturns Section 2 of the VRA in time for southern states to redraw their maps, Democrats could definitely lose way more seats than I have here.